Today on Inspirational Africans, we bring you the story of Mr. Ahmed Adade Boakye. Mr. Ahmed Adade Boakye is one of Ghana's young promising entrepreneurs with a vision of helping build the nation and service to humanity as a citizen's responsibility and a divine call to duty. He is the managing director of All Sales Service Limited, a Ghanaian IT-oriented company whose activity in line with Made in Ghana products has manufactured its own brand of money counting machine, counterfeit money detector, office safe locks, and many others. 3 years after serving the nation, he decided to join nation building through his knowledge and experience in IT with the aim of reducing poverty through the creation of jobs, office security, and supporting others in education and health. Please stay tuned. My guest is a prominent member of the Ahmadiyya Muslim community. He is in the person of Mr. Ahmed Adade Boakye. Mr. Boakye, I hope I've mentioned your name correctly.
Yes, you have.
Because I struggled to mention your name.
Of course.
Mr. Boakye has made service to humanity a cornerstone of his activities, and as a result, has put in a lot of interventions aimed at reducing poverty and to contribute also to the development of the country. It would interest you to know that he is also the MD of an IT-oriented solution provision company, All Sale Company Limited. Mr. Boakye, you're welcome to Inspirational Leaders.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, for a second, I wanted to describe you as Al-Haji because, usually Muslims, when they get to this age, at least perform the Hajj, or you're already Al-Haji?
No, I'm not Al-Hajj officially yet. But by Ghanaian standards, I'm called Al-Hajj by most people who know I'm Muslim, but I'm not an Al-Hajj.
Any plans of going on Hajj, maybe?
Of course. I mean, I want to do Hajj at 40.
So you're not even 40?
No, I'm not 40.
Wow. Right. Now, you have made service to humanity a cornerstone of your activities. You are less than 40 with a big company, big dreams, big vision. Many people, think that when you get to this stage, it's not about service to humanity. You are not yet 40. You should be thinking about flashy cars, big houses. Why service to humanity?
Well, because that is what we should all aspire to do. We should channel all our energies to serving humanity. And at All Sales Services, it is practicalized, where we believe in, even in our staffing, where we believe in getting people who hitherto may not have what it takes to do what we want them to do at the time that they are joining the company. But they are resourced enough, they are trained enough, they are given the propping and prepping that they need to be able to have confidence in themselves, to position them to be able to do something that we should have had somebody probably with experience to do right from the beginning. But we believe in bringing people up.
Right. There is one thing that is going to be the core, consider the core of my interview, and I'm sure that will be of most of interest to our viewers. How you have used the elements of spirituality, religion, to advance the cause of your business. Many people will be amazed. How does religion come into business and so on and so forth? But I have had the opportunity of knowing you growing up. I'm sure we're in the same house at Tia Ahmadiyya Secondary School. You were unusually quiet.
That's true. That's true.
And though, much as intelligent, though, much as we knew you could get to the top, most of us are amazed. Is there something that we didn't know that you were hiding then?
I wouldn't say it was being hidden. That's probably, maybe you didn't engage me enough then for me to bring it up. But it's true, you are very right. I was very, very quiet. And in my normal self, even now, you can say I'm quiet. Yes, but I get to talk when I need to, especially because I'm a leader and I need to inspire people, I need to prep people up, I need to put energy in people, so I get to talk. But in my normal self, I'm still very quiet. Then I had big dreams, very big dreams. And I would say this big dream, I've been inspired mostly by my dad. because I remember when I was very young, at about age between 6 and 7, my dad pulled up the world map and then spread it in front of me and then showed me where we were presently. And at the time, my dad was a teacher in Nigeria, so we were in Nigeria.
So you schooled in Nigeria also?
I did my primary education in Nigeria, so I have some small Yoruba that I could throw at you.
That's interesting. I think I'll have to come for Yoruba, more Yoruba.
So he pulled the map and then showed me that, okay, this is Nigeria, and then this is the whole world, but you cannot be stuck here. You have to do things such that you can explore the whole world. So he gave me that dream of exploring, and since then I've always thought that I'm a citizen of the world and I have what it takes, and there shouldn't be boundaries. By conventions, by law, there are places that you need to go that need visa, but I believe that I'm a citizen of the world and I can explore the world.
Right. Now, your father obviously served as an inspiration, but we are told that you had big dreams, but resigned your first official job. Why did you have to resign? Is it because your father motivated you? You wanted to build empires, and so on and so forth. Why did you have to resign just 3 years into your first official job?
Yes, thank you very much. First off, there is something that I believe the youth will be listening and watching this program. And there's something I want to communicate directly to the youth, which I'm also a part of, because I'm still not 40.
Yeah, so how old are you?
Well, before I even mention my age, which I'm going to tell you, I'll tell you something. I believe in enjoying every single age that you are at. So I'm not somebody who will be asked the age and the person would like to say, ask me some other day, okay? So when I was 17, I behaved like a 17-year-old. And when I'm 40, I'm going to behave like a 40-year-old.
So you still...
Now I'm 37.
37?
Now I'm 37.
Wow.
So I'm behaving like a 37-year-old.
So you are talking to your senior?
You were my senior twice, both in school and then maybe in age as well.
Well, now, 37.
Yes, I am. Proudly so.
But big dreams.
Yeah, very big dreams.
I stated initially that there is something that I would want our viewers to know about how faith could be instrumental in turning the fortunes of so many things around. And then you are an epitome of that, faith. You have stated time and time again that it is through Allah that you've gotten to where you are. Many people will say it just on the surface. I want you to tell us, how has faith been the pivotal element in directing your affairs?
Thank you very much. Your question gives me a very strong pointer to something that I can tell you, and maybe those who are watching can also take a cue from. Faith is big for me. I believe in Allah. I believe Allah is Ahad, and I believe that it's Allah that we all go to after we've departed the surface of this earth. I also believe that the very reason why we are on earth is to worship Allah. And we worship Allah directly, and then we also worship Allah through service to humanity. And so it's not surprising that service to humanity is one of the things that we focus on. I'll tell you one thing. Whatever is done at all sales services, some of it the staff are aware, some of it they are not, but prayer has always been something which leads, to the extent that even major decisions that I take as the managing director of the company, whether it's direct business or social, prayer like istihara is something that I fall on.
And what is istihara?
Well, istihara is a special prayer by Muslims, which I am one. Okay. Yeah, and basically it's a prayer that certain specific verses of the Quran, and a certain specific prayer is recited. And the whole idea is to put a particular challenge to Allah, and it's such that you get responses directly, sometimes within 3 days in a dream.
Really?
Yes, and it works.
Good.
Yeah.
Quickly before you continue, because there is this misconception out there that some Muslims just chant, go and hide in the corner, chant with amulets and so on and so forth, and then maybe manna falls from heaven. But I also know that you have to work towards your objective. So how do you intersperse this? Do you pray and then go and sleep and expect miracles in all sales? How do you do that?
In the first place, Muslims don't chant. So maybe I should correct that right from the beginning. Muslims, we don't chant. Most of our prayer is meditation, because we believe in the communication directly with Allah. We don't believe that there are interventions or intermediaries, as maybe believed by other people. We believe in direct communication, so meditation with Allah. And then I was given a specific example. Okay. At my company, All Sales Services, we use a specific type of vehicle for our sales. And it's, let me say a specific type of vehicle for us. It's a small car. Okay. And the choice of this vehicle, which has helped to propel the fortunes of this company dramatically, was through istihara. The specific vehicle was shown, and then the specific color of the vehicle was also shown.
In a dream?
In a dream. And since those vehicles, we started using it for our sales. We've even observed that even very big companies in this country have also started using sale. And it has helped a lot in our operations.
So you believe that prayer principally changes, whatever difficult situation that one finds himself or herself?
A faithful prayer, not worse.
What do you mean by faithful prayer?
A prayer that you believe in your mind and heart. Something that you truly believe that if you say, you pray to Allah, you're going to get a response. It does work. And I believe firmly in that. And I have a demonstration of it in my life and my business life.
Any sort of correspondence with the spiritual head of the Ahmadiyya Muslim community that has in a way also affected your company positively?
Yes, the spiritual head, the Khalifa, there's been communication through the mail, and anytime that there's a need for prayer, anytime that one is praying and also needs spiritual help for the prayers, write letters for with specific agendas, and then he gracefully read the letter, say prayers, and respond to the letter. So I think that that has been very inspiring.
What advice do you have for the youth?
Well, I will say I'll share my values with the youth, and I would like the youth to ponder a lot over my values. And my values were chosen of some through my own thought, some through experiences, and some through advices. And I came to those values. And those values are focus, integrity, and perseverance. Anything worth doing is worth doing. Anything can be achieved with prayer and faith. But you have to be very, very focused. And I'll dwell on focus for a while. Focus because you have to keep your eye on the ball. Because if there is something that you want to do and you are doing, there'll definitely be challenges. Things will come, so many things will be thrown at you. I mean, from the work itself, from family, from so many things. So you have to stay focused, you have to keep your eyes on the ball, and you have to concentrate on what you are doing to be able to achieve success. So that's one of my values. And I believe in integrity. Integrity in all aspects, to the word integrity. Then perseverance. Perseverance is directly linked with the focus. If you focus on something and there are challenges to it, you persevere. You keep hitting until it breaks.
Wow.
So that's what I'll tell you.
Wow. Now, someone just whispered to me that you are a philanthropist. I'd want us to go deep into that because I like people who engage, who devote their time to helping others. Let's look at your philanthropic activities. Others will say, no, I worked for my money. Why do I have to make the focus, philanthropic focus, a major activity, but you have decided to do that. What has been the motivation for engaging in philanthropic activities?
Well, what is the purpose of having wealth if it doesn't affect other people around you? I mean, for me, basically, on most occasions, I virtually and literally have no money in my pocket, because when I have money in my pocket, whatever comes around, I kind of solve the problem, whether within my company or outside my company. I believe that Allah did not create all of us same, and Allah has specially blessed some of us, and some of us too have been helped along the way by other people who were also blessed. So it just makes very good logic for me to be able to assist people who truly need to be assisted, both individuals, organizations, or anything that is worth assisting.
When you are assisting individuals, organizations, or groups that are worth assisting, don't you think about your pocket? I'm taking this money out. I have bills to settle. I have to put some money, stash some money somewhere in the bank because, there's uncertainty in the future. So why don't I preoccupy my thoughts on saving money instead of distributing money around? Why should that be a major focus? I'm not saying don't do good, but why do you have to,
Well, there is a cliche that givers never lack. And Allah in the Holy Quran also have been very specific on that whatever you give, you will not be wronged. And my understanding of that is that if you give money out and you give it truly, wholeheartedly, you get it back. You will not be wronged for, and you will not have any cause to complain.
Has it worked for you?
I think it has, and I'll give you a specific example. In 2005, that time I had, just those times, it was not Ghana cedi, so I had that time 30 million, now 3,000 cedis, okay? And then a sister of mine had to do a surgery, which was costing 29 million, that is 2,900.
So today you have just 100 cedis?
Yes, and that means all my money, okay? And she was so afraid of the surgery. Actually, what happened to her was that her baby, actually twins, I don't know the technical word to use, but basically died in her. And she had to undergo operation to just take it out, okay? And in the meanwhile, I had been knocking at the doorstep of a particular company that, for business, for a number of years, that they were not talking too much to me, okay? So I decided to, all right, she needed the money, so I gave her all the money and was left with just 100 cedis. Now, guess what happened? When I paid the bill at Leicester Hospital, when I got out of the hospital, I got a call from that company that gave me an order of 90 million, now 9,000 cedis. It was immediately replaced.
Wow.
And I attributed that directly to that single act.
Right. Let's move back a bit. Mm-hmm. You said you had been knocking on the doors of a particular company for a very long time. There wasn't any response. The moment you paid that money, there was a sharp response. In your capacity as MD, at times if you are pursuing an objective and then there seemed to be nothing forthcoming, are you usually demotivated?
Well, I'm human. And there are occasions where even the attitude of even anybody, it could be a staff member or anybody that you're working with, could demotivate you. So, but the truth is that I am self-motivating. Okay, I kind of get kicked in from within by faith. I believe that I'm with Allah. And I mean, if my staff members will tell you that I've always been saying that I have a purpose. Okay, and nobody can derail that purpose. And that purpose is with Allah. And so no matter what happens, no matter what I go through, no matter what is happening in my life, I have a firm belief that there will be a turnaround.
Mr. Boakye, any regrets, you have now a big designation, any regrets, maybe looking back, some of the things you think you could have done better?
Regrets. I believe that the course that we have pursued in this world is destined by Allah, and our footsteps are guided by Allah. So I don't think that I'll have any regrets because, of course, my dreams, I mean, people may see me to have done something now, but what I had in mind is not close to where I am right now. So I don't have regrets because I believe that I've been blessed by Allah. And I have a lot of blessing going on, and I affect other people properly. So I'm happy with what Allah.
And how has the teachings of the Ahmadiyya Muslim community impacted your life?
It's been great. I believe that Ahmadiyya is the strongest brand of Islam. Personally, not because I'm an Ahmadi. And one day I'm going to write a book on that as a marketing person, taking aspects of marketing to explain why Ahmadiyya is the strongest brand.
I hope I edit that book for you.
Maybe we'll do that together.
Right. So there is one question that I ask entrepreneurs, people with vision, every single, big person. I'm describing you as big.
I don't know about that.
Now, that is the fear of death. When people are making it, they at times shy away from the reality of death. Do you think of death at times? Building an empire, having big dreams, death.
Yes.
Have you thought about it?
Yes, I think about death, and I make provision for death.
You've made provision for death? How? I don't understand.
For instance, I don't want my company to collapse when I'm dead. So I put structures in place so that the company can run without me. Okay? And most people who are close, and I'll say that will be my staff, will tell you that I make reference to death, that listen, if this happens, these are the things that are going to happen. So you guys have to take X, Y, Z.
You tell them?
Yes, I tell them.
Why? Do you dream at times that, you could go, that kind of...
We all go, but you don't know when you will go.
Distant, many people see it afar, very far. No, so why do you think of death?
Well, I think that it's something that we should all think of. One, to even make us have a lot of faith in Allah, because if you know that you die and you know that there is a reckoning after death, it helps you take stock of your life on a daily basis.
Many people don't believe in the reckoning. They think that once you die, let's do what we can do, build companies, bequeath it to our relatives. After all, when you die, you are gone.
No, it's not true. Religious texts. And I'm a student of religion. I did religion right from Form 1 to Upper 6. And even now I'm still a student of religion because I still read religion. Religious texts will tell you that there is a spiritual world. All major religions believe in that. And Allah in religious texts have demonstrated to us why we should believe in that spiritual world by showing us evidence of some of the things he has spoken about in the religious text that we are seeing now, to demonstrate that what all other things that he has said in this great book are true, which includes the day of reckoning.
Education. You have decided to help others pursue education. Your parents are were teachers. I'm sure they may have retired.
They are retired now.
By now, I know them personally. But is that why you have decided to help others in the area of education?
Education is the only thing that can take anybody out of poverty. And education is a leveler. Okay? The reason why somebody is low down there and another person is high is the difference in the education. That is why you can see people like us who comes from very humble background rub shoulders to people who went to Harvard because of education. We are equally educated. We speak the same way they speak, and we think the same way they think, even better. is education.
Right. I'm sure your efforts haven't gone unrecognized and that you've received a couple of commendations here and there. What are some of the recommendations you've received from individuals and corporate Ghana?
Thank you very much. Individuals, we've had a lot of commendations for very reputable people, but I'll mention significant ones. We had the Chartered Institute of Marketing's Executive Director writing specifically then directly to my person and the company for the achievements when we inaugurated our 4-story office block to commemorate our 10th anniversary in 2014. Yes, and it was inaugurated this year, 2015. So the Chartered Institute of Marketing. And then they even went further to look at our operations, our performance, our product, to nominate us for the annual Marketing Performance Award 2014, which we were there. And that was very inspiring for us and as a company. Then the Honorable Minister of Trade was very graceful, and I was particularly impressed because I didn't think that the politicians were watching. He wrote a personal letter, that is Dr. Ekospio Gabra, wrote a personal letter to me, addressing it and signing directly by himself to me and to the company, congratulating us on the efforts we're making in promoting made in Ghana products. And that was very inspiring.
Right, donations. You are a philanthropist. We are told you've also made some donations to some institutions. Some of the institutions you've donated to.
Yes, I'm a bit biased on that because I donated to my own school.
Okay. But it's still, a philanthropic activity.
Yes, I donated to my own school. And also, that is Ahmed Secondary School at Formina, where I had my O-levels. Of course, I did A-levels at the time that you were in upper sixth. So there's been a donation over there, and it's still ongoing. Donations at mosques, renovation of some mosques, and then we've also made donations to the Kolebu Teaching Hospital. We donated beds, that is mattresses, detergents, and fruit juices to the children's ward, and that was covered by the media, and that was an inspiring thing for the. And I had a lot of fun myself because I went for the donation with all my staff and my son, who was, because it was for the children's ward. I thought that a child should be there. So these are some of the things that could come to mind.
I hope I'll be calling you Alhaji in the next 3 years. Mr. Ahmed Adade Boakye. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah.
Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullah wa barakatuh.
So you heard it all from Mr. Ahmed Adade Boakye. He has made service to humanity center stone of his activities. But one thing that struck me was his knowledge about death. He reminds me of a verse in the Holy Quran that says that the mutual rivalry for piling up all the good things of the world diverts you from Allah until you come to the grave. He has established that discipline is key to success in every endeavor that one undertakes. So, till we come your way same time again on Inspirational Africans. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah wa barakatuh.
Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullah wa barakatuh.